the NFL with high expectations because you're a 15th overall pick in Washington, a team without a name because they're under the microscope because of past indiscretions. And you're the quarterback. You stick out of the pack no matter what you try to do. And I didn't think he took that responsibility to heart. I don't think he was as good a leader as he should have been. And not just a leader in terms of playing the game of football, but as Tom Brady loves to talk about, he competes every day for a Sunday. He competes on Monday all the way through the week and then really shows you his competition level on Sunday. One thing you learn as a professional, especially professional athlete, is you have to always be in the mindset of trying to improve yourself and improve your game, or somebody else who you don't know that is trying to improve themselves will soon pass you by. What passed Dwayne Haskins by is the opportunity. Look, I've been released before. Never in season. That's your lane right there. Get you? Here's the thing about it, though. When you're this guy and a quarterback and given 9 lives, it feels like, in only 2 years. Like, Dwayne Haskins already has been demoted to third string, but because of injury, promoted to starter once again. When they just kept telling you, step it up, not just in performance, but in actual participation of leadership, he just couldn't do it, Acho. One of my Wiley-isms is simple, and I wish Dwayne Haskins would have took heed to it. The universe whispers before it yells. And he didn't listen to the warning signs, so now you're going to have to find employment.
Hey, there were some whispers, big dog. There were some whispers. But I got to talk to Dwayne Haskins, right? Because I'm thinking of it like this. Playing in the NFL is a reward. It's not a right. Playing in the NFL is a reward. It's not a right. The head coach for Washington this year, Ron Rivera, battled through cancer to be on that football field with his team. Then you have the quarterback, who would be the starter if healthy, Alex Smith, battles through 17 surgeries to be with his teammates, to be with those men, to be on that football field. Then you have Dwayne Haskins, first-round pick because of one good year, handed the keys to the organization, loses the keys, handed the keys to the organization again due to injury, and loses the keys. When you're a part of an organization who has men who have battled through cancer to be with that men, who have battled through 17 surgeries to be with that group of individuals, Dwayne Haskins, you cannot be so childish and immature as to not follow suit and fall in line. That's my first takeaway, Sal. I'm looking at it like this. We have to understand, in 2020, optics matter. Whether we want to agree with that or not, optics matter. Dwayne Haskins, it's one thing to go out after a loss. That's already one strike. It's one thing to go out after a loss in the middle of a pandemic. That's another strike. It's another thing to go out after a loss in the middle of a pandemic and there were strippers there. Because the world will look at this optically and say, you know what, you're tripping. We care about optics in our society. We don't just care about actions, we care about optics. And the optics of everything Dwayne Haskins has done is terrible. And in the National Football League, again, because it is a reward and it is not a right, you have to understand, what work do you have to do to merit said reward? He earned the reward of being drafted in the first round. 50 touchdowns, 8 interceptions his last year at Ohio State. He earned that reward. But when you get into the NFL, rights mean you're entitled to something. See, we have human rights. We have constitutional rights. Just by being in America, we are entitled to certain things. Just by being born and being a citizen, we are entitled to certain things. In the NFL, Dwayne Haskins, you ain't got no rights. You have to earn certain things, and he has not done his job of earning.
I want to take it a step further. We're going to go there. I've always heard that it was a responsibility and a privilege to be in the NFL, not a birthright, right? Because a lot of times when you're the man all through your life, Urban Meyer suggested that Dwayne Haskins was the best prospect he ever recruited at Ohio State. He certainly said on record on our show that he had the best quarterback year in Ohio State football history. Okay, but he also said, careful, it was only 1 year, leadership, we got to be careful about this situation. The universe was whispering. Like, Dwayne Haskins, be on notice for yourself. Forget the situation have to tell you and reprimand you. Just be on notice for yourself. What happened? The universe yelled because Ron Rivera had to finally nail the coffin on him and say, you know what, you're done here because you're being irresponsible with your opportunity. Let's talk about him on the field before I go back to some advice on my next lap. 3-10 is his record. 74 career passer rating, which is the worst in the NFL since he was in the NFL. You're bottom. You're 36. Damn, 30. Wait a minute. How many quarterbacks? Games. All right, somebody got hurt. Okay. 36 in completion percentage, 36 in passing yards, 36 in touchdowns. Last in passer rating. Come on, big dog. What are you doing? When you're a top pick, when you're the guy, when you're a quarterback, as you said, all those optics, all those moments where he could have stepped up, he didn't step up, and now he's going to have to go somewhere else for his opportunity.
The issue at hand, Marcellus, and I've heard this before, nothing is worse than success too quickly. Nothing is worse because sometimes people don't know how to handle it.
Don't know how to handle that.
Dwayne Haskins, probably the worst thing that happened to him, balling that 1 year at Ohio State. Because you ball for 1 year at Ohio State, only one-time starter, start for about, I think he started maybe 14, 16 games in his career, goes crazy, then gets drafted early. And now you're thinking, oh, this is light work, baby. I just sat here at Ohio State. We went crazy. I'm naturally skilled, naturally gifted. I'm going to go into the league, and it's going to be easy. And in the NFL, it's different because everybody talented now. That's what fans don't realize. Like, y'all watching this show, well, we appreciate y'all, love y'all. But, like, sometimes people don't realize, everybody good.
All y'all.
The difference between, like, the greats and the goods and the not in the leagues is work ethic and confidence. Like, I would say those are the two biggest attributes. Work ethic and confidence. So, Dwayne Haskins, now you're in this place where, yo, everybody good, bro. And now what are you going to do to stand out? And you haven't done enough. So you can't be sorry and perceived as a bad person.
No job for that.
Pick one. Like, people in Philly, they knew I was a good guy. Now, they questioned my linebacking ability, but they was like, you know what, Acho? You a heck of a dude. We like you in the community. We like you in the city. Dwayne Haskins, you can't be sorry and have people questioning your character because that will get you released regardless of where you're drafted.
Yeah, man, being real, I got 2 years of paid vacation in Jacksonville just because I was a good guy, a great leader. Somebody who used to do it couldn't do it to the same level, and they were like, we get it, we'll just take what you got. But everything else you possess outside of your physical attributes is something we need in this locker room. 2 years of paid vacation, real talk. And I talk from that position because a lot of people think that you just land in this moment. My experience helped me arrive at this moment. I messed up too in the league in terms of opportunities at times. Looking back and you reflect and you're like, damn, I could have handled that one better, handled this one better. But this is a situation where we are giving that advice. And what is advice for real? Something you already know, but somebody else got to tell you. Marcellus is up here to try to tell you, brother, that Dwayne Haskins, you were given opportunity after opportunity to correct your behavior, which would have corrected your performances. When you had your first win, do you remember what Dwayne Haskins did? Sucker went up there and took a selfie. Didn't even finish the game. Case Keenum out there said, I'll go out there and just take the last snap. That's a problem, Dwayne Haskins. And they saw that, and they had to bite their tongue. They're like, we're going to handle that internally. But in reality, that's not a proud moment for you. So my last point of advice, just really to spill it all out, it reminds me of somebody that I respect, and I actually know, Hammer, MC Hammer, whatever. Remember everybody would say, MC Hammer broke, and you know, he's frivolous, and he went broke. And that wasn't true. One, pushback. He didn't have as much as he used to have, but he had way more than most people out there who was calling him broke had. All things that happen bad to you don't come because of ill intentions. You can pay with time, with money, with energy, a lot of different things in your life, and they are going to pay off. But what is that payoff? Dwayne Haskins sounds like, to me, a guy who needs to up his maturity, but stop paying attention, time, and energy to everything that's not going to help him be a professional football player. Your girlfriend's birthday party, just mask up. Your boys in hanging and all the other issues, or taking selfies with fans, et cetera, et cetera. Hey, man, stop giving that the time, the energy, or even the money, because it's not with ill intentions I think he does this, but it's not going to serve him well going forward if he doesn't keep his narrow focus on the game.